In our last episode, we worked really hard in order to press that module button. In this episode, we're gonna clean that up and we're gonna work really hard in order to add some assignments. My goal is to see if we can end on a good note. Let's see if we can do that. All right, we're back here. I know it's been a while, but I'm excited to be back. We had a bit of a snowstorm and that put me out of commission for a couple weeks, trying to get everything situated, and then life happened. But we're back here with another episode. I'm excited to be back here. And as we had before, let's kind of look at this again, figure out where I am, because I think I figured it out. Now, let me put in my password here. Star. And let's watch it go. Awesome. Hit sign in, put in the password, put in the username. Not bad. There we go. And the problem is, gotta hit module. Oh yeah, that's right. I had that for loop going through all those tabs. If I hit enter, it doesn't work. All right, but I think I figured it out. So the problem was I was typing in this button class, right? Button primary, add module link, but it wasn't working. I was never able to actually get, the stuff to happen the way the other stuff worked, because when I was clicking the buttons, I wasn't able to actually get anything through there. So the element name actually sits down here, button primary. Notice here how it has like dot, and then dash, primary dot add. So we really need to get this from down here. All right, so that's what I want to type in. Let me comment all of this out, and I'm pretty sure I will never need this again. Button dash primary dot add module link. So pretty much all the spaces get deleted and you only left with the dots for the space. So let's see, this should work. This should open up the button that says module right here. So let's close this. And let's see if we can. Oh, I did push the button, and now I've got the ability to actually add in the name of the module. Okay, so what's next? I need to inspect this here, and that is placeholder ID context underscore module underscore name. Okay, so I would find the field. Okay, so let me go module field equals, and the module field is, we're gonna find it by ID because we have the ID here. I know it's a little bit small, but the ID is context module browser.find element by ID context underscore module underscore name. And then what are we going to do with that? We're going to hit module field dot send keys, right? Send underscore keys. And we're going to pass in the module title that we pass into our open login page. You know what, I think this is a good time to refactor some things. But let's see if we can open this up real quick. So module field.send keys, and we are going to send in the keys, and we have the module title as just module title here. Okay, so let's close this up. All right, we've signed in, waiting on that 10-second timer. Bang, and it put the module title in there. Look at that module title right there. That is beautiful. Okay, so now we can make the modules across all of our classes. All right, so what I now need is to add this module. I need to inspect. I need to somehow click this button. And this button is the primary submit button. Button primary submit button. Submit underscore button, and that one is going to be button dash primary dot, and then we're going to press it, submit button dot click. And then that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this the test module. Cool. Let's save this. Let's close that up there. It popped up. It must have put it in. Is it at the bottom? We have a test module. We've done it. We have done it. Oh my God. Okay. I know I want to add in like the days and stuff as well, but what I want to do here is I want to open up each of the classes now. So I want to open up first period, second period, third period, fourth period. Actually, I don't want to open up fourth period because I actually did that one manually and that's completely different. but first, second, third, definitely want to open those up. Let's delete this. We do not want you. Let's see, if I name this create modules 1 for my first class, and then we'll just call it here. Can I do create modules 2? Let's copy all of this stuff. Oh man, this is gonna be ugly. Like, I'm gonna be essentially putting in all the same stuff, and I don't want to do that. I could do it where I just call this function create modules 3 times, and I put it down here where it's like create modules, create modules, create modules, and then each time I send in a different browser. We could do something like that. Create modules, and then we're gonna send in the username, the password, and the site URL. Create modules, we're gonna do it with the first URL, the second, and the third. Site URL 1 equals site URL 2 equals this, and site URL 3 equals, so this is my second period. So that is it. And then what is my third period? Okay. So yeah, it looks like we'll probably open up a new window each time, go through the username and password is fine with me. I wonder if this is gonna cause any issues. Just to see, because I don't think I'll be able to get to the second call to it unless I take out this true part. Q4, week 1, the 24th March through the 26th of March. That'll be the name of the module. And my password is star, 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 star. All right, so it pops up over here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it made it, awesome. But notice here, okay, it gets stuck. My print here never gets printed. So I want to get there, and the only way I get there is if I get rid of that loop, the one that was helping me like get through everything. And I'll probably put it back in as I add in the days and stuff, but I think that's pretty set. All right, let's see if it'll make the 3 modules that I want. So it never makes the 3 modules that I want because I made a huge mistake in my code. To my first period, not module 1. Oh, I never fix it here. I never say go to a different URL. Okay, so site, I call it, but I use the same URL there. Okay, so that should fix it. All right, let's run it. And what is the module title? There we go, and the password. All right, so I only have it calling the second URL here, not the first one, just to see what happens. Period 2, put in something. Okay, we got some stuff happening over here. This third period. So it does bring me to all 3 of them, and it appears that we made modules in all 3 of my classes. After I make a module, I want to come and I want to click that specific module button. How am I going to do this? They're all the same. They all say icon plus. So how is this one different? All right, what I want to do is there is an option to find elements. Okay, so let's just work in the 1 again. And there's an option here to click it. So then I want to find add assignments plus button equals browser.find elements. I'm going to look for them by class name, and I want to find the list of all the elements. So I run into a huge issue, and I spend most of my time debugging my program, which you can see here. So this should return an array. And what I want to do is I want to print the array. So how am I going to print an entire array? So print array Python. I know there's a way to just do it. So I use a for loop to print all of the elements in the array. But I now realize you can just print lists in Python, and I didn't think about doing that. How do I get the length of the list? Python length of list. There's got to be just some sort of thing there. It's in Java. You get just the length of list. Length method. Okay, that's what I want. 0, 1, 2, 3. So what I want to do is somehow click the last button on there. The add assignments plus button. I want to get the length of it. So, okay, so sub length of itself. That should click it, hopefully. I think that should click it. Unless I kind of messed this up about how I'm supposed to use it. But what this is doing is, okay, is find the length of itself. How long is this list? Because the last element is the last module that I put in there. And so since it's the last module that I put in there, it's supposed to be on the last, that plus button. I need to get the last plus button in that list, and because that corresponds to the last button that I put on there, or the last module that I put on there. So then I get the length of that, and then I say, okay, I want to access this. So right here, I say, okay, I want to access this array, this list at this part, and I want to click it. So I click the last index of the list. All right, there's so many things that go wrong with this idea, and this is my first inkling that I'm gonna have a big problem. Oh, okay, no, index error, list index out of range. Maybe I subtract 1 from it. So this upcoming error was a fun one to try to figure out. Element not interactable exception. Oh, I can't click it. All right, so what I want to do is I want to come back in, I want to inspect it. I might be searching for the wrong thing. Let me try this icon plus. Just do icon plus. So add. So my method isn't all bad here. I go probably through about 16 different tests. And one of those tests is to figure out, am I even selecting buttons when I get these elements? Are they even those plus icon buttons that I want to get? And what I do figure out is, yes, I am able to get those buttons, but a realization comes in down the road that is really going to tie everything together. All right, it opens up, and it opened it up under the useful resources. I said open up number 1, right? And it did. No, I said open up number 0. Okay, so then let's print out the length. All right, so I get this. And then it prints it out. Okay, so I want to print out the add assignments plus button list. And then I'm gonna count. I'm gonna count over to figure out how many plus buttons actually exist there. So let's run it. And I saw that I can interact with it. All right, so I'm gonna open up the module. I'm gonna create the module here in just a second. All right, and then we create the module and it opens up the useful resources button. All right, so you can see that that's the first plus, because under useful resources, that's what we have there. And I see that there are 28 things, 28 plus icons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. But the length of it is 28. I'm just gonna put in element 27. Add item to missing module value. This is weird right here, because I just said 27 randomly. All right, I'm gonna name an assignment, hello. That last request didn't work. Module title, test 14, here we go. I wonder if it's not letting me do it because it's not published. All right, we'll run it with test 15 here. All right, it's gonna be close to the end of the episode here. Let's run it with test 15. So I think I've got an idea. I think -2 is the correct call here. But after I create it, here, what I want to do is wait. So I'm going to throw in another time sleep, and I'm going to put it in for 2 seconds. Hopefully after I click it, it gives it a chance to kind of like let it make a little bit. Because you know, all the information that gets sent to the service for Canvas, and then it has to make something there. So like there's a bit of a lag time. And I think that's why when I go straight into to click this button for a module, it's not letting me click it. All right, so the module is going to be test 16. Okay, give it a little bit and then it'll make the module. Now it's going to wait 2 seconds. There it is. Oh, right. So exactly what I was saying is that lag time, notice up here above, it was saying add item, and it was freaking out. It didn't know like what it was, and we were running into the errors. Is because it happens. It's an automated system. This is everything I want happening is automated. And so when you're using a computer, those actions happen immediately. Once one thing happens, you can see like things are flashing and popping up. So I have to use these waits so that it can interact with the page as a human. And when we're interacting with the page as a human, you know, we have to wait for things to load. And that's the issue. That was the issue I was having. I wasn't letting it load, and it wasn't able to find the proper module. Like the -2 that I had going was the correct call, but I wasn't able to find the proper thing because it didn't calculate this. It went through this so fast that it didn't have time to actually be patient and wait to find the proper thing happening. So then when it knew something existed there, but it hadn't been created on the Canvas servers yet. That's going to be it for this lesson. So I know I can open up a bunch of different pages. I know I can make modules in there now, and now I can open up this assignment dialog. So I'm going to create this assignment dialog, and then basically I'm just going to call it, you know, quarter 3, week 1, day 1, and then day 2, and I'm going to make 2 assignments into each of those, and hopefully I can create this and package this in the next episode. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot with me. I know this, you know, it would be so much easier to just, you know, get trained on this. But like I said, this is really cool stuff, and there are no tutorials for it. What I'm doing is I'm being a programmer, I'm being a learner, I'm being a risk taker. That's for all you IB folks. And that's exactly what I need to be doing. Thank you guys for staying with me here for another episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know this one was a lot of trial and error, but thank you guys for staying with me. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you do hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And as you can tell, I'm really hyped. I'm really excited that I was able to end on a really good note here in this episode. But thank you guys. I'm Mr. Hernandez, and this was Mr. Hernandez Teaches.